Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode here on our single player survival world. Now, today's episode, we have got a few different things going on. Okay, so first of all, I don't know what I've actually done in between the two episodes. Maybe a few little things inside this house. There's this, we haven't actually had rain in a while, so I'm not even upset. We need clouds on. So yeah, I've done a bit of stuff in that house. Now, another thing which is not really related to the game exactly. Why am I going in there? It's not exactly related. Actually, I meant to go in there. I meant to do that. But it is something that is related to the video, is I'm trying something a little bit different on my audio today. So let me know how things go. I want to see if it sounds a little bit better, or if it sounds worse. I mean, I would love to know that as well to change it. But overall, it's just kind of, I'll explain to you what I've done. I've just kind of I'm trying to remove background noise as much as possible and kind of just make my voice sound a bit clearer, I guess. So that's just what's happening there if you guys do hear anything different or anything along those lines. So what I want to do now is eat a bit of bread, and I'll show you what we're doing today. And what this is kind of, the reason for this is because I want to plan before we get here. Now, originally we had this area here and we were planning on doing, I think, some houses or something down here, but it's changed. It's a little bit different now with our new idea that we got given the other day, which was to put in a bathhouse. Now, I'm probably going to have to go check out some images of what bathhouses actually look like. But in my mind, I'll show you what I've got an idea of, is in here, making a little bit of a thing down in this ditch where we've got a building surrounded in like a pool in the middle, which has got like fountains and everything coming off of it. It's just a cool little place. That's just what I'm thinking. I'm not too sure how it's going to look, but that's the thought at least. And it's probably going to be quite a big building as well. So let me know on your ideas on that. We might even get into planning it a little bit more today. I thought I would come here just because I thought it was quite important. So you guys can maybe give me some ideas if you guys do have any. I want to quickly just go around this way and get rid of this stuff as well, because this has been bugging me for so long. And if you're wondering, I did actually just come from the end. Now that's the next thing I want to show you. This is what actually happened. Like this is the main stuff which happened between last episode and this episode. We'll have to go here. So actually, let me just be smart and close this door. Alright, so in here, we've got ourselves more of these chests, and I was just busy collecting stuff in there, and I think we got a bit of stuff in there as well. All of the loot that we were getting, because I was busy collecting more chorus shells. So we'll go there, and we'll go there. I think we had some, no, that's just bread. We've got a few cool things. So I was collecting a few, oh, maybe that one's not that cool, but I was collecting a few of these enchantments with the new cursed enchantments on it. So that could be something cool to look at. I don't know where I've put them. I swear I had some. But yeah, that's pretty much what's happened there. I've got some more of those. They should be kind of spread around. What else do we get? We got some pretty decent loot, actually, I must say. Maybe in that one, no. I like how you can see what's in it by zooming over it. Oh man, my organization has kind of failed me, but we've got a bunch more of the shulker boxes we can make now, which is great because they actually filled up very, very quickly and they're super useful. So I'm pretty happy to just have a few more of those. That was pretty much the only plan there, so we'll pop those back in there, and I think we'll just take them with us, just because we may as well. So today's episode is, and let's get rid of that. We'll place that on there. Alright. Yeah, today's episode, we are going to be going into that new room over there. Okay, let's sleep quickly before we get skeleton horses spawning everywhere. As far as I'm actually aware, the skeleton horse thing has been fixed, so we won't have every single damn lightning strike spawning in skeleton horses. But yeah, what I wanted to do was a few improvements from a few suggestions in this house. And then we want to go and plan out this bottom area here. Now, I have realized that I don't have my building stuff in here, well, with me. So I guess we could maybe just clear this area out just to make a room. That's actually a good little base pick there to do some enchants on. So let's quickly work out how far we have to work with. So we should have a pretty decent amount here. In fact, we can probably go all the way to the flower bed, if you ask me. I mean, that seems like a pretty good plan, and we've obviously got a bunch of land out that way. So there, that will be where the flower bed is. You can see there's the flower bed there. We can get rid of that. No, we can't. Alright, we'll just place that in there for now. Maybe a bit there. What's behind here? Is this just, I get the feeling that this is just a piece of water there, so we can actually get rid of that. There we go. Alright, so we've got a fair bit of room to work here. Now, one thing that I do like what we did in the last one is, in our last little episode where we decorated that area upstairs, is that we actually used rooms, which is something, I know it sounds kind of obvious, but it's something I don't actually do much. If you have a look at a lot of the builds we've done so far in here with like houses and stuff, I've tried to make things pretty simple. Not many rooms, nothing like that, but I think overall, putting rooms in is probably one of the things that I've noticed now that can change the build the most, if you get what I mean. I think it's very obvious now that I look at it that was really something that's lacking from what we've done, and I guess it's something that we've improved on now already by figuring it out, but it's also something that we wanted to do. We wanted to set out to improve on our building interiors, and I think we've done a good job of doing that. So, so far, by picking up these things. I mean, who knows if we take them and put them into practice, that'll be a bit different. But yeah, we've at least improved a little bit. Why is there a thing here? How have I not noticed this? Oh, okay, this is... what? Oh, I thought there was something walking towards me there. It's like, no way! There's nothing that small. There we go, let's get rid of this. Alright, so I think what I'll do, guys, is I will get a few things cleared out here. I'll probably plan a little bit of this, and I'll come back and show you what I've got going on. Alright guys, so the area has been cleared out, and I've just been using these for a bit. I've got this area out here that's, I think, quite a nice big area to work with. I've also stepped this down a little bit, so we've got a bit more room to play with the roof a bit as well. So what I want to get going with immediately is getting some of these. So we'll fill up our inventory with those. That should be enough. And then we'll come down here, and we'll start separating off our rooms. Because as I said, I think that made a big difference, just kind of making rooms to break things up a bit. Because generally, actually, I just want to quickly show you an example of what I'm talking about. So in this building, actually, is a prime example of our most recent build that we did that. We've got this big room here, and we've got a big room here. Alright, so we've got no separations or anything in it yet. And I would have left it like that until a few days ago. So that's something. And then also over here, I want to quickly show you probably that side there where we did a few houses over here. And these are just by our market district, obviously, and just in here, for instance, one room. I guess this one's, I mean, we could have actually done a second room. We could have broken it up over here. Man, we'll have to come back for that. That would have been very simple, and it would make a big difference, actually, I think. Here, another one. Man, this is just asking for rooms. Over here. Obviously, same as the bottom one, we could have separated in the middle there, created another room. So, obviously, those are things that we've picked up, and it's good to see that we're learning stuff still. We're still finding things out. We haven't gone stale with, in terms of what we're trying to achieve here, trying to learn to build better. So, yes, made it. So yeah, that's a good thing. All right, so let's go down again, and I've also got a few improvements I want to make to a few different things. One of them, actually, two of them are from your comments. So we'll get going on that hopefully today. If not, they're pretty simple fixes, so shouldn't be too hard. All right. So let's start with walking in here. What do we feel when we walk in here? We kind of walking down. I'm thinking that we have this area like some open area over here, and then we'll have a room going out there to maybe a bedroom, and over there to maybe like a study type room or something along those lines. Perhaps we can have someone living in here. I'm thinking for something I want to do in the future, and this is something that I think could be kind of cool, is having a map maker or something like a person who produces maps for the village, you know what I mean? Something like that I think would be pretty cool. Alright, so that's a bit annoying. In fact, this over here, I'm probably actually going to first make a little bit of a facade to this. I think that would be a little bit better because, I'll show you why. When we kick that out, obviously we've got the outside area there, which just can't have stuff in it. It's like, it can't, because it's meant to blend in with the outside. But the other thing is, if we do that, then we've got to stick with these grimy walls here. Now, I know you guys have suggested, this is actually a suggestion, and I agree, that we should probably try and use a bit more of the clays and stuff like that, and I think that's a great idea. So, right now, what I'm doing with these bone blocks is just marking off these as bone block area. I'm pretty sure I can get rid of this wall and then change these over to bone blocks. I'm just using them as like a wall marker so that we don't actually have to have walls like made straight away. We can just change them from this blank slate. So that's just pretty much what we're doing now. And if we don't want any, we leave it default as the bone block, which I think is a pretty cool idea, I think, at least. So we'll just mark that off as a wall, and we'll get back to that off camera because we don't have to do that right now. Same as this one. I think this one, we'll have to do this actually. We'll actually have to do that. And you can see we've got a bit of a problem here where we've got this thing here, which is powering our piston up top there. We've got one of two things. We can try and power the piston from another means, or we can use this as a bit of a thing we can use. I've got an idea. I've got a plan for that, so don't worry. All right, so let's go down here, step down again, just think about what we're coming into. We're walking in here. We want to have probably, actually, let's just make this area out here. We'll corner this off around about there. So we create a bit of a character here with like a bit of character where we walk in. We've got some stuff going on here. We've got some stuff going on here. So it's not a big square. We walk in over here. We probably could put one in around there. And in this one's going to be relatively square. Just over there. All right, so let's have a look at that. As we walk in, I think that'll work. I'm pretty sure that'll work. In fact, yeah, that'll be coming along here anyway. So that's that's only a 3 wide because we're gonna keep this one as is because obviously it's the color we want for the outside. So that's all right. This wall I've kind of conceded is going to be one of those walls. In fact, this one has to come over one more block over there. So this is why we plan. You see, this is why planning is good. So once we've got actually that one doesn't have to come over one block. So yeah, once we've done that, we should be all right to put these walls up and just see how this place feels. So I think I will get going on that and I'll be back. We're back, and I've done the inside of those walls that I said I was going to be doing, and I think it's going to come out quite good. I've had to do a few little minor adjustments just to make sure that everything fits in together. But here we go. Let's do this again. Take 2. We'll walk in. Look at this beautiful house. Walk downstairs. Bam. Got ourselves all this stuff here, and I think it's made a big difference to just break this area up, make it a little bit more cluttered, which I actually don't mind clutter in our builds. I actually kind of almost prefer it to be there. And over here, you can see we've got this room here, which is quite a narrow room. It's quite a long, narrow room, but I think it should work. We should be able to do something with it. In the study over here, we've got everything looking, I think, quite good, nice and clean. And here in the kitchen / living area should be all right. So I think this will work quite well. We'll obviously be changing out everything now. And I think it's shape-wise, it's formed up very, very well. So let's get rid of our bone blocks. And we will get into some of our other stuff here. Where is it? There they are. All right, so we're probably going to have to chop a few more of these down. But I want to just try this out because obviously this build is going to be quite a dark and dingy looking build. So I want to make sure that overall we've got it looking a little bit more brighter than before. So I've decided to use a few jungle planks in here. Instead of, I guess we would probably use oak planks, which are also quite light, but I want to just try a few different things as well. So anything for this excuse to try something a little bit different to what we've done before. So if we clear this floor out quickly, and I don't think this will take too long, in fact, I want to actually get a beacon set up again over here because it's currently just sitting, I think, in a chest down by the docks, doing absolutely nothing for us. So if we can get a permanent beacon set up, which we'll have to work out how we're going to hide it, but I think it'll be quite a good thing to get. So there we go. Got this stuff done. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. And then we'll put these in and see how this looks. Now, obviously, we don't have to keep the bone blocks. I'm actually planning on trying out a few different things just to kind of spice it up a bit, make it a little bit more brighter somehow. Man, that's annoying. But yeah, hopefully we can get this to work. So let's check this out. I'm actually liking the color here, which is kind of strange for me because I'm not normally the biggest of fans of other woods besides spruce and oak in many times. But I think there's a few exceptions to when they actually do work quite well. And really, really, yeah, there's a few exceptions where they do work really, really well, and I'm quite happy with the way this is turning out here. So let's do that. That thing got in our way. I'm blaming it on that thing. All right, so there, and we've almost finished the room. I thought if we go to fall short like that, that would have been horrible. So there and there. Let's walk down the stairs and just check how it's going to look. Yep, I like that. I am very happy with the way that's turning out. All right, so that's that thing done. Now, the next thing we're going to do is maybe try a few different things on the walls here. Now, that wall, obviously, we can knock out. We can knock out that wall. And I'm feeling like I just want to make this a bit brighter. Well, not compared to how it is right now. I think this is probably as bright as it's going to get. It's got bone blocks on it. So maybe we can try over here, which is actually something I was going to start off with, is making our first pink one. And the reason we want a pink one is because we don't have a pink shulker box just yet. And I'm putting all of our clay in there. So we've got a few things to try out. We've got the red, which I don't think will work too well. Obviously, I just clicked on it. What else could potentially do good? The white hardened clay might be all right. However, I've used it before, And I don't know if I'm 100% a fan of it. We'll try it on this wall. It's a small wall. Might give us a good kind of, just a taste for what it is going to be like. So let's clear those out. And the reason, you know what, I've actually thought about this, what we're going to be doing with that shulker box, is I'm going to go and clean out some more hardened clay at some stage. And I think then, man, this is so pink. Oh man, that is so pink against that stuff there. I'm going to say I don't actually like it, but it might do something. It's just so, I think it's all these working together, which are just making these so pink. You know what? I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it. I think bone block is the way to go. Oh man, I love that stuff. Oh man, I love bone blocks. So maybe we'll go a bit of bone block, but in fact, we could probably try a bit of oak wood. I'm not too sure how the clash of the woods is going to be. Wait, it is in that box there. Oh, I'm going to have to break some of those up. Yeah, so I'm not too sure how the clash of woods is going to go, so we might have to do a few smart things here. But let's just try it out for now. Yeah, that's so far not too good. Alright, there we go, and... I think this could actually work. I know I might sound a bit crazy, but I think that could actually work. Just not on every single wall. In fact, what we could possibly do is maybe just do a little bit of a breaking up of, like, walls here. So we go there and there. Is that 2 and 2? Yeah, and then we can maybe just take out one run and make this an oak run. Let's try this out. Just to create a little bit of difference on the walls, you know what I mean? Just to make them stand out. Oh, man, really? Okay, I think that could work. That could work. So I guess it's nighttime now, guys. What I'm thinking I'm going to be doing now is maybe just clearing out this, getting this room done, and then bringing you guys back to show you what's happened there. And then also we can go and touch on some of those things you guys have given me some suggestions to fix up on. So I'll go sleep the night away, I'll do some stuff, and I'll be back. Alright guys, so we're back, and I've done what I said I was going to do again. Surprise, surprise, we've got all this filled in here, and this was actually becoming quite a bit of a creeper slash skeleton trap, so we had to light up the area quite a bit here. But have a look, I think it's going to work out quite nicely, because as I say, I want to make this, I want to try and give a bit of meaning to our houses, and I think making this the map maker's house will be a really cool, like, kind of a thought, I think, because as I say, I want to do some map making things. And I feel like this could be a giant map wall over here. I think that'll work out quite well. Alternatively, this could also be one. And I'm thinking we're going to make an insanely huge map here. Like, as in, like, zoomed out to the max map and fill it all up. So we're going to have to do that at some stage. When we decorate this house, obviously, we're going to have to do that. But for this, over here, this wall, I'm planning on putting a bit of a, well, this side of the room, I'm planning on putting a bit of a desk, something to do with some redstone lamps around there. I think we can maybe figure something else out there just to hide that block. If not, we can, as I say, I'm sure there's a few ways we could get around that to get that to work. In the bedroom here, some cool stuff that actually happened, which was pretty awesome. I pushed this back one way, and I feel like that is alright. Maybe if this is a bit weird, we can even move these up to stairs. I just didn't want this to be too flat, so that's why I put that in there. Over here, I also pushed this one back, which I found out I could do, and keep this a bit different to this. And I think working with these different color walls works quite nicely. I feel like this one needs to maybe change, although, I don't know. Maybe we'll figure something else out. We'll see what happens when we get there, and obviously this remains the same. So, I want to quickly get onto some of these suggestions which you guys have had for me, and I don't actually have the names written down in front of me, but thank you very much for leaving your suggestions, guys. As per usual, suggestions help me out so much. They are, like, really, it's amazing how, like, when I don't think of something, you guys think of something, and then I get to put them in place, and I think that they help out quite a lot. So this one over here is a suggestion to remove these and put down a cauldron, which I thought was a great idea. I've actually seen these being done before, and I think that works out pretty damn good. I forget about cauldrons quite a bit, you know what I mean? Like, they're one of those blocks that you very rarely place, and in fact, let me just... You see how I've got to continuously, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I've got to continuously switch between these settings here and those settings there, because I like these leaves. I prefer see-through leaves. I prefer everything looking good. But what I don't like, as per usual, is the stupid, like, everything looks a little bit darker. I don't know if you noticed, but around the corners, look at the bottom there. See, everything's, like, dark. I hate that thing. Man, it's crazy. It's annoying. Now, the next thing, which I was suggested to do, and I think that it's quite a warranted suggestion. I actually remember when I built it. I'm fairly certain I said something about this to you guys that I'm not 100% sold on it. and that is the sail of our ship. So what we might want to do is perhaps if I can't think of any way to fix it up. What's in this chest? Nothing. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. So what I'm thinking of doing is perhaps putting the sail up. So this isn't going to be done right now because I want to ask you guys what you think of it. So if we do take this sail up, so if we kind of pull that block up there, maybe look at like it's wound up there. We can maybe even use a bit of bone block to make it look wound up. Because if you have a look at what bone block looks like from the side, because imagine like, you know how sails when they pulled up, they've got like that spun in sort of look, and you can see that bone block on the side kind of, I think, could give that sort of spun in like looking thing. Let's just put one there. We'll probably do it around this height, 3 blocks, to make it look like it's been pulled up and retracted. I think that could work myself. Let me know what you think, but I think that could actually be a very good thing to put in place there. So I really would appreciate it if you guys told me that. And also tell me what you think about the bathhouse idea of what we could be putting in there. I'm thinking quite a few sort of fountains and stuff like that. I know we mentioned it at the beginning, but if you guys have got any ideas, definitely leave them down in the comments. But for today, guys, I think that's going to do it for this episode. I am quite happy with what we've achieved. I like adding little things in there where you don't see it from the outside of the city, but as you walk around and you explore, that's what I hope, maybe when you guys download this, that eventually in like 100 more episodes you forget about things and you come back and find it. So that's something pretty cool, just like our tunnels, which maybe you don't know about. Go find our tunnels around here. We've got a few. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.